kinds of business owners, from restaurants to beauty to financial side. We are looking for it all. Hello, welcome back to Tears to Purpose Real Talk.
We're good. Glad to be back. Glad to have you all come back and join us. We appreciate you.
Yes, so I am Elder Lakia Barnett, and this is
Mrs. Hubbard.
Yes, Mother. So much has happened since we've been live on the air.
Yeah.
You
and
guys.
One of the things, let me say, one of the things was Elder had a birthday yesterday.
I did. I turned a whole nother age, y'all, and that's a whole big deal for me.
So y'all wish you a happy birthday.
Yes, whole big deal. Thank you guys so much for all the wishes, all the love. I also had a wedding anniversary the day before, so picture that.
Yes.
It was like mayhem in my house. I have like mayhem in here. So, but it was really good to spend time with my children and my husband, just a little downtime, just a little break, just a little bit. And I'm shout out to the Tears of Purpose family for all their floods and floods of messages and singing songs on the voicemail. I didn't woke up with songs, babies singing and all of that. Like it was super dope. So we thank you. And even the ones that I know that I have been connected to in some type of way have blessed me with their messages and all their birthday shout outs. So it was awesome. It was really awesome. So chapter 37 loading. Mm-hmm. So today we are loading some new guests that's coming on. Her name is Elena Savage. She is an author. I ran across this young woman's post and I was just ecstatic by what I saw. And I was like, oh, we got to get her on the show. And I don't do that with everybody. It's just something that jumps out at me that makes me want to go and find out what is going on with this particular person. But I knew it was led by God because she has an awesome story. And I truly believe that her voice will touch many. So I reached out to her and asked her, I said, I got to have you on the show. And so mind you guys, I don't know her from a can of paint, but you know what? God does. And I'm just obedient. So when God says move, I move. Okay. And that's what some of y'all need to do. Move. Okay. And like I'm getting ready to tell y'all right now, start liking, tagging, and sharing down your timeline so that we can get some more feedback coming in, and you guys make sure you throw some hearts up in there. Let everybody know that we are on. Let everybody know that we have a very special guest and you don't want to miss this. So before we get to her, let's jump into some previews real quick. Now I watched that film, and I'm telling y'all need to go see. Y'all need to see it.
It's really what's happening today. It really is. If you think about it.
Yes, it is. Absolutely. So I think all the family needs to go watch it. Get the children to watch it. It is a family film, so you can watch it with the family. And yes, it's on Amazon Prime. As well as Tubi, I believe, is on there as well. So you can find it on those particular things. But please go watch it. You guys go watch it. He is an awesome guy in the film industry. Him and his family are triple threats in the most way I've never seen. The whole family in acting. So it is a beautiful thing. So go see it. Go see it. And we got one more clip. from him. He's doing major things. This is Mike Fox.
What happens when faith meets fun?
I know what you guys are thinking.
Coming soon, a faith-based comedy sitcom, Wanna Be a Star.
Just bring shivers down my spine.
Join Lardell's Aim for the Skies acting school with your favorite acting teacher, Dr. Cool.
Albert School is my name.
Who doesn't know how to act.
I'm surprised you left out Pride Rock.
Don't be late for class and miss the fun.
Great.
Because it ain't cool unless it's Dr. Cool.
Class is in session.
Another fun project that you guys must see. And I think he's working on that now. We got to get Mr. Mike Fox back on so he can tell us what's going on, because I'm sure that's probably getting ready to drop really soon as well.
Yes.
So keep on sharing, and tagging with all of your friends, even your enemies. They need love too, y'all. They need love too. So Miss Hubbard, guess what I found out?
What?
So I was doing my research. I was really doing my research on the month of June. And I was like, okay, what's going on in June? You know, because every month they have some kind of awareness month. And one of the things, it was so much going on in June, I could have fell out on the floor. I was like, now what is all of this? Who knew they have Adopt a Cat month in the month of June? So they basically telling y'all to go adopt them cats in June. This is the month for adopting cats.
No, thank you.
I can't say no thank you. I am a cat mom, unfortunately.
I know.
I am a cat mom, but these little babies got to go. Time up. I'm done with midwifing. Okay. So for those of you that are cat lovers and y'all have cats and y'all care about where these animals go, because cats need love too, y'all make sure that y'all can find these cats a home. Now, don't y'all be running around here letting these cats just roam the streets like that. They need a home. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's also Men's Health Month as well.
Okay, that's a good one.
So what is your take on making sure that men are healthy?
Yeah, they need to be healthy. Y'all better eat right and let everything else go. Okay. If it's not right for you, leave it alone. Simple as that.
As simple as that. She ain't cutting no chase. Ain't no Coca-Cola going in there mixed with nothing else. She just gave it to you straight, right? She gave it to you straight. So in the comment section, you guys leave your thoughts on how important it is for a man to take care of themselves. You know, some men won't go to the doctor unless their wives or their spouses push them in the doctor's office.
Yeah.
And sometimes by the time they find out, things be going on that could have been avoided. Amen.
Exactly.
I'm just being real.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we want to encourage our fathers, the men in our lives, to go and see about their health. Amen. So they can be around longer.
Yeah.
Amen. Amen. I wonder why that is, though. I've always wondered that. Like, why is that so difficult for men to just go?
I wish somebody would comment on it. I think they just afraid they don't want to be poked. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to be poked by no doctor. And they don't want to hear nothing they got to say. Simple as that.
Absolutely. I agree. So what do you guys think? What do you guys think about men and their health? Why are they so stubborn when it comes to their health? Okay. Y'all gonna get a whooping now. I'm not playing. Y'all's going to get a whole whooping. Get it together. They didn't put a whole month together for y'all to focus on men's health in the month of June. Okay. And it's about to be Father's Day. So how ironic is that? In the month of Father's Day. Okay. Yeah. So we want to honor you even in your health. We want you in good health. Amen. And that is how the Lord wants us to, in good health, right? We can't go out there on the battlefield and be all falling over because we didn't go take care of our earthly body.
Yep.
Right.
Think about the rest of the family. They need you around.
Hey, you hear what I say? You are the head. So whatever the head do, most likely the family's gonna follow. Okay. So we can't. Tammy says some men are scared. Absolutely. I agree. I do agree with that. Thank you, LaShawn. Yes, absolutely. So you guys keep posting, tagging, and sharing. And for real, what is the real reason why these men don't want to go to the doctor? Okay.
Right.
All right. So moving right along. So now we are going to bring up our guest. She is an author. She has an amazing story. And look, I ain't about to tell y'all all this tea right now because y'all about to get it. So don't be trying to prick me and try to convince me to tell y'all all this in one sentence. I'm not. Okay. I don't care what y'all saying. I can hear y'all talking out there. Just get to it, Elder. I'm getting. So now I'm about to invite her to the virtual stage. Her name is Elena Savage. Come on. Damn.
Hey.
Hey. Yes. Welcome to Tears of Purpose Real Talk.
Thank you. I'm so glad to be here. Oh, it was like amazing. Like you reached out to me and I was like, she want to interview me?
Absolutely. Look, I see all the dopeness in you, honey. Because listen, that's one thing God gave me, these eyes for good seeing, and I can see. And I know when someone needs to be pulled and needs to be brought to the forefront. Amen. Some of these little counterfeits got to go. We bringing authentic voices to the forefront in this season. So yes, ma'am. So welcome to Tears of Purpose Real Talk. So I'm going to turn you over to Mrs. Hubbard, and we're going to get started and find out all this tea about you. Miss Savage.
All right, Miss Savage. Thank you for taking out your busy schedule to come and talk with us. We appreciate you.
Oh, thank you.
So how you feeling this evening?
I'm excited. Like I'm ready to tell my story. I'm ready for y'all to hear my story. I'm ready to inspire somebody relate. Shoot. I'm ready. I'm excited.
Sounds good. Okay, well, just go ahead and tell us a little bit about your story.
Okay, so a little bit about my story is, well, for one, I'm a single mother. I was a teen mother. I had a mother growing up. She got married 2 times. My mother really didn't want me. She tried to take my life a couple of times, which resulted in me begging for her approval. So I never could get that. So, as I became a teenager, I was seeking approval from boyfriends. So I ended up a teen mother. I ended up, going to college. I got my life together. I married a preacher. I thought everything's going to be good. That didn't turn out too well. So I ended up being a single mother of 3 currently. And my whole book is about, my story, my life. It's been a struggle for me. It hasn't always been easy. A lot of people see me and they automatically assume that, hey, she has it together. Her life has always been good, but that's not the case. I've been in a homeless shelter with my 3 kids. And that was the hardest thing in my life, to have 3 kids in a homeless shelter, not knowing what to do, not having any support. No father, no family. My mother passed away. Like I didn't have anybody at that moment. So you know what I did? I said, I'm just going to pray about it. Next day I woke up, I got 3 jobs. I fell asleep at one job, but I was going to get my kids out that shelter. So I got out the shelter. Yes, I went back to school, got a degree, got into social work. I thought everything was good, So after that, I decided, what? I'm just going to follow my dreams. I became a realtor. I did that as well, which I'm shocked as well. I got into therapy. That's a lot of my story, It's hard for Black women the Black community, period, to, we have mental illness. So, I've been on medication. I see therapists constantly. I've been to God. I've been to church. I've tried it all. So at the end of the day, I realized, it starts with me. I eventually got off the medication, just kept my mind right, stayed with prayer. And I'm here now. And I decided, you know what? I just got to write a story, because, I want to inspire other women, because I ended up in terrible relationships trying to find love when it's here. It's here. So, I've been man, they abused me, they beat me, they hit me. It was just crazy. So I just felt like, one day I woke up, God put it on my heart, you know what, you need to just write this down. So it started out, I was just writing it down in a diary. I just was writing it down. So as I kept writing, I cried my heart out. I literally my eyes, my heart, and the words. So I'm just writing and writing and writing. Next thing you know it, I got a whole freaking book. And I'm like, oh my God, like, I got to share this with somebody. So I'm like, why not publish it? Like I wrote it years ago, but God's like, you know what? The time is now. Like, what are you waiting for? Like, just do it. I know I said a lot, but that's a little bit about me. That's me,
okay. Y'all. That's good. We needed to hear all that, because you are going to inspire some women, not just women, but I mean everybody, but women mostly, because
Yeah.
we do go through a lot, and a lot of times we don't say anything. But you had a lot to say. You've been through a lot, so you will encourage someone, and that's a good thing. I mean, I've always said when we go through things, it's not for us, it's for someone else. So now you telling your story, and that's going to help somebody else to come out and tell theirs, because most of the time women feel like, oh well, I'm the only one that feel this or going through this, but
Right.
a lot of times it's not. A lot of us go through a lot of things. Like I said, we don't say anything. But I thank you for coming on and telling your part of it,
Thank you.
and you made a book out of it. You didn't even expect that.
No,
So
I
that
did
was
not.
a good thing right there. And then you going through the shelter. I could say some stuff about that, but I'm gonna leave that alone. But that's
Yeah.
a big accomplishment to come out of there. And
Yes.
that is a big accomplishment right there. And then you
Yes.
said you woke up with one job, but you went to sleep with one job and woke up with three.
Yes.
So God
Yes.
was He was working with you all the time.
All the time. Never
I know a lot of times, a lot of times we be so busy doing other things for others and not really thinking about ourselves that we put ourselves on the back burner. And so we cannot hear what God is saying to us. But sometimes He has to put us in a situation where we can depend on no one but Him. And then we'll hear Him and start to do the things that He wants us to do. So you done it all.
Yeah.
I congratulate you.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're right about that. People tell me all the time. I was like, you know what? They don't understand. Like, it's in me. God is pushing me this way. This is not something I planned. I never planned on writing a book. I never even wanted people to know my life. Like, I was ashamed. I was ashamed to be a teen mom.
Yes.
I was ashamed to get divorced. I was married to a preacher, so that was really shameful to be divorced as a preacher's wife. Like, that was so shameful for me. And then just being in homeless shelter, yes, it was like a lot of shame. So it's like, you know what? God had to walk me through this. God had to push me along. Like, come on, you got this. This is for a reason. Like you said, somebody else will see this, be inspired, and be helped. So I was so excited to be here, y'all.
And something else you said, by looking at you, people think you had it all together.
Yeah.
You cannot judge a book by its cover, because once you open that book, and then you'll see what the person is going through with all that's in that book. But just to look at somebody, you really can't tell what's going on.
Right. And a lot of times, like I struggle with low self-esteem. People find that surprising, but I really, ever since I can remember as a kid, I always struggled with low self-esteem. I didn't feel like I was good enough. I didn't feel like I was pretty. I didn't feel like anybody would want me or love me. And like, I would do all kinds of things. Like I used to wear a lot of makeup because I didn't want anybody to see me because I felt like I was so ugly. Like,
Cover it up.
Yes. Or I would just do stuff, I would just stay in the house. Like even when my husband was a preacher, I really didn't like to be in the spotlight because I just had so much low self-esteem. And I didn't want other people to see that or know that about me. So a lot of times I would just try to stay in the background, stay quiet. I didn't want to get up there. I didn't want to host events for anything for the church. So that's one thing I've noticed, that never judge a book by its cover. Like that's truly with me, because I really did struggle with low self-esteem. And right now I'm building my self-worth and my self-esteem, especially through my book, just to see my story and see how far I am. So that's one.
Exactly. I think that started from your mom. You said you was always seeking approval from her. You know, because that all starts at home. So you didn't get that approval from her. So like you say, you was looking for love, in other words, in all the wrong places. God was right there all the time, but you didn't see that.
Right. That's true. And even with my mother, she hated my father, and I'm a spitting image of him. So, I love my mother to death. She had her struggles, So, she would look at me and I would remind her of the man that broke her heart, and she would tell me, get out my face. You look just like the BS, So, that also kind of added to me not liking the way I look. was that I looked like
Of
the guy in my
course.
mother's face. Yeah, so but I learned to forgive her through God. You know, she has her own
Hmm.
issues like I have mine. You know, she's human, I'm human. She did the best she can and you know, the
Yeah.
state of mind she was in. So yeah, but I'm working on my self-esteem and I know as women we all struggle with
Yes.
self-esteem. So that's
Yes.
another thing that I want to get out there. No matter if you look at a woman, she looks like she's put together, you
Mm.
never know. You never know.
You never know. That's so
Never know.
true. That's so true. Well, I'm gonna say I'm proud of you because
Thank
I
you.
can't tell that you've been through any of that, and you've come a long way. I can say that you come a
Yeah.
long way. So continue to do what you're doing. Put God first, and everything else will work out. He's got it all in control. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
He
yes.
knows the plan he has for you. So just
Exactly. Yeah, he's
continue
taking the
on.
wheel at this point. Yes.
All
Like, I'm
right
just
now.
along for the ride. I'm like, Lord, you know, I'm scared, but I totally trust you. This is what you want me to
Yes.
do. This is not my plan at all. So I'm gonna just do it because I know
Yeah,
anything the Lord wants me to is for the greater good, and I'm gonna help
that's right.
millions of people. Right. So I'm willing to
That's
do that.
right.
I appreciate
Okay.
that. Thank you.
All right. And he will equip you for the job. So continue on.
Thank you.
I'm gonna turn you over to the Elder Lakia right now. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So, Elena, first of all, I just want to say to you, thank you for holding on, despite of all the things that you went through. I can touch bases with you because I was too homeless with my 3 children. When you said certain things, it just rang a bell in my ear, and that explains why God had me to reach out to you. You know, and we never know anything, because we're not really thinking about these things when God is strategically moving. And so your book, the title of your book, Tales of Tears, like, can you like just take us back to even writing in your diary? Were there a time in the process of writing your book? Because sometimes people don't understand process. We think things are going to happen overnight. We think things are going to be easy, but sometimes when God calls us to a thing, it is fiery, like pits of it. And it be days where we be just want to say, please, I don't want to do this anymore. Did you ever feel like you wanted to give up before finishing this book?
Oh yeah, I started this. I did. I started this book 2 years ago. I wrote it. And then I just like, you know, I don't want to do this. I don't want people knowing any other stuff about me. I can't do it. I can't do it. But like she said, Miss Hubbard said, you know, God's going to equip you. So he equipped me. I'm like, you know what? I got my self-esteem up. I'm going to do it because at the end of the day, like I said, that's what he wanted me to do. And it was a situation to where something major happened. Like I just didn't feel like living anymore. Like I was just at that point, like I can't take this anymore. So I went back to that book and I got to reading through it and I got the writing in it. I was like, you know what? It's time. I don't know how it made sense to me. It was time. It's like, it's time. You know what? You need to just go do it. Put it on your heart years ago. What are you waiting for? And I just went ahead and just decided, well, I'm just gonna publish it. I hope that answered your question. I'll be talking a lot. I'm sorry, y'all.
No, you're good. I do think that what you're saying, it makes sense. There's lots of battles within ourselves to get ourselves to not do it. You know,
Yeah.
we feel low. And I think there are a lot of young people that can really connect with you because you've been there. You've been the low self-esteem. And this is going into my next question. When you look at America right now, you look at our society, our next generation that's coming up. Do you see some of these things that these younger children, women and boys that are battling with? Like, what is your insight on what you're seeing right now with this next generation?
I think it kind of saddens me because it's like there's a beauty standard that everybody feels like needs to be done. So it hurts me to see younger girls or young women, period. You know, they're getting these surgeries like they're not good enough. And I've been there. I felt that. Like, you know, I back when I was 19 and, you know, I started the long hair, the makeup and all of that. And I was dating these guys that had lots of money. Like I felt like I needed to look and be a certain way to get certain type of attention. So it just saddens me that they're going through what I did, not feeling like, okay, I'm beautiful, I'm enough. God made me this way. I'm okay to look like this. So, but I think it's also social media was a big thing as well. Because it's like, you got younger girls. Like I have a younger daughter. She's 10. I try to keep her away from social media because it's starting to make her question her body image, her skin color, her hair type, just every single thing. Like, you're not good enough. You're not perfect. So I'm hoping that my book can even just touch someone in that way as well. Like, hey, she struggled with that. But at the end of the day, she accepted who she is. She was good enough, even though she was going through all that and she didn't see that. But that's the way God made her. So I just really hurts me to see this. Like, I go on social media and I see the younger girls, they want to be out here half naked, twerking. I get it, but it's not the right way. It's not going to help them inside. It's going to continue them on that dark path that I was on. So like I had to learn to love myself. And once I learned to love myself and I discovered who I am and who God wanted me to be, that's when I stopped that destructive lifestyle. So
that's so key. It's so key because, lately God has been having me really hone in on this generation and how we have to get ahead of it before it gets out of control. And they're very smart. This is a generation that's very smart, but they're also very rebellious. They're like they mimic what they see. So when it's being, like you said, with social media, it can be a great thing, but it can also be a bad thing. And with our generation that's coming up, you're seeing this thing start to spiral in a way that I've never seen, because I didn't grow up with social media. Miss Hubbard, I know, didn't grow up. We didn't have those things. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, wow, like this is what our generation is operating off. That's a little scary, and we as parents, we as aunties, we as pastors, leaders, teachers, we have to get a grip on this generation, because some of the things that you mentioned, like low self-esteem, depression, abandonment issues, these are things that we need to attack at its root. You know what I'm saying? Because once we get to the root of it, then we can begin to deal with the other things, right? So I know for you, like when you say it breaks your heart, it makes me feel like you are one of the world changers that God is going to position to help your younger generation, because you didn't go through this stuff just to go through it. God took you through this. That book was just really a vehicle to open up that door. For you to be able to do that. And I'm gonna tell you, this is funny. I laugh at this every time God does this to me. I be tickled pink. You remind me of Angela Simmons. Have you ever had that, like said to you before? You fake a little bit. This is who I see. I'm looking at you. She looks like somebody to me. And for those of you who don't know who that is, she is one of the daughters of Run DMC, like a Pat Run, Reverend Run, or whatever. Yeah, you remind me of. I'm like, wow, this is. Thank you. She's beautiful. This is crazy. And that's why I was over here a little tickled pink, because I'm like, wow, she looks like somebody. I was like, God, give it to me. But that's who you remind me of. Oh, thank you. She's beautiful. Thank you. She's a beautiful girl. And she's a young mogul, whatever the case may be. And I'm just saying, Lord have mercy. You just don't understand where you're headed. You just don't. You don't understand, like, to the full capacity why you had to go through what you've gone through. There, God is getting ready to really catapult you in this season. And this was only just a step to where you're going. So with all of this, you having 3 children. So how do you balance? Oh my goodness. Oh, that's a good question. I mean, that I try to include my children in, like, I try to be an open mother. I didn't really have the mother that I felt I needed, but I had the mother I needed at that time. That's who she was. I accept that. So with my children, I try to be a lot more open, because I felt like I would have wanted that more from my mother. So they're kind of like along with me on the ride. They know every part of what I got going on. But as far as balance, I don't even know. But I've been trying to, at this time, I'm writing a book. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. This time it's gonna be mommy time. The weekends is mommy time. Unless God put it on my heart to start writing, because sometimes God put it on my heart. You know what? You and your kids is done at Red Lobster. I need you to go write that book some more. So but other than that, I try to do my best to schedule it out, because I want to make sure I'm on this journey. But at the same time, I do have 3 beautiful human beings that look up to me, and are looking up to me, for love and attention. So I need to make sure and guarantee that I'm also giving them that as well.
So I try to balance out as best as I can, but it varies day to day. Yeah.
Well, that's a good thing that you are trying to balance. It's one thing when you're called to be a creator like that, you gotta find balance. So that's a great thing, especially for now. I love talking about how do people balance, because some people really need to know, like, how do you balance all the things that's on your plate without getting burnt out?
You gotta take days off, y'all. I'm telling you, I take days off now. I say Saturday and Sunday, family time, me time, just stop. Yeah.
Yeah, say it again. Say it again.
Yes. You through the day, I'll work hour for a straight, it's 50 minutes. Let me get 15 minutes to myself to regroup, take my mind off whatever I'm doing, go dance, sing a song, and then come back and regroup.
Yeah.
Because it is so easy, like you said, to get burnt out. I learned that lesson, by the way, because I was getting burnt out, and I was like, I can't keep doing this. So then that's what I came up with. I hope they help somebody. Yeah.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Wow.
I think she.
Well, look like. Yeah, I think she's frozen too. But I thank you. It's good that you give your children the attention that you didn't get, because now you know how it feels not to get that attention. So you turned it around so they can get the attention that you wanted.
Right.
So that's a good thing. That's a good thing. It's always a lesson in something that you do. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good lesson that you learned. And I'm proud of you. I have to say that. I'm proud, because I'm sure your children are very respectful. And like you said, they look up to you. And that's a good thing. I mean, children always look up to their parents. So.
Right. And I want whatever they see and they follow, I want them to follow and be successful and be loving and caring and be open and just be themselves. So I definitely know they're watching me. So I try to do the best I can.
Yeah. And I'm sure you're doing an excellent job. It shows that you're doing an excellent job. Even though I don't know you from Eve, but I know that you're doing an excellent job. And that's a good thing. So you continue on the path that you're going, and I'm trying to tell you, you're going to be amazed at some of the things that the Lord is going to do for you, the doors that he's going to open up. We have to stay connected. I'm trying to tell you, because I want to hear it.
You guys believe you're going to be connected. Yes.
Yes, we have to do that. I'm trying to tell you. So
I did want to say, like you mentioned something just a few seconds ago, everything I learned in life, like I used to, play victim. I used to be angry. But once I got out of that, I try to take every challenge as a lesson. What can I learn from this? What can I take from this? And if I found somebody or know somebody who's going through it, what can I share with them on how I came out of it?
Yeah.
So I do really believe in whatever I go through, it's a lesson. Breathe, take a breath, happen, and then move on. Yeah. So
that's what you got to do. Because like I said in the beginning, a lot of other people that's going through the same thing that you're going through, and they think they're the only ones. So when somebody comes up and says, I'm going through this, and they be amazed. So they try to stick close to you to find out how you got through what you went through.
Right. And that's another thing. It's like, I didn't have anybody to guide me and tell me what to do. Like when I was in that homeless shelter, I didn't have nobody to tell me what I need to do or how to get up out the homeless shelter. So, I had to get everything on my own. And even with my self-esteem, I had to figure out all on my own. So I feel like if I can make it that much easier, person picks up my book on, she started here, maybe I can try to start here. So they'll at least plant the seed in them and give them the drive and opportunity. So even if my path isn't the way they make it, but the simple fact that, hey, I gave them an idea to try to figure it out, or I gave them a direction to go in. So that's kind of also, means a lot to me as well. Like I really want people to do that as well. So,
yeah.
I'm not emotional. Yeah.
It's okay. They say it's all right, but they say each one teach one. So that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
You teach everybody else. Hey, this is how you do it.
Yeah.
So that's good. I mean, I used to that's how Elder Lakia and I met. I used to work at the shelter.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, that's how we met. Oh wow. I'm trying to figure out how long that's been. At least 5 or 6 years.
Oh wow, yeah. That's
Yeah.
I was in there. We were in the shelter 6 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, I think she's coming back.
Yeah, there she is.
Sorry, I think the internet like completely went out.
It's all right.
We got a whole
It's all
conversation.
right.
Lord have mercy. Okay. So I don't know. I think I left off with what I asking you about when you were the wife of a preacher.
Mm-hmm.
How that must have been pretty intense.
Yeah, especially because I mean, like I said before that, I kind of lived like this VIP party girl lifestyle right before I met him. So, you know, it was a transition. Once I met him, I all of a sudden had to become, I don't even know the word. Like I had to become a preacher's wife is all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
And that was kind of tough for me because, you know, like I've never been to church before that. Like I've never really even knew anything about God before I met him. So that was a real tough challenge. Party girl, the preacher's wife. You know, I had challenges to where I'm like, you know what, this ain't me. I don't want to do this. You know what I'm saying? I want to still dress like this, or you know, and certain things I couldn't do anymore. Like you know, people were watching me, so I had to be more conscious of what I'm doing and saying and how I'm acting. So that also put like a lot of pressure on me, and it also caused me to just question who I am. So and then, but I mean, I learned a lot from that. You know, I discovered God in that situation. You know, having to be a preacher's wife, Bible studies, teaching my kids, led them to God. So that, I learned a lot from that marriage, even though it didn't work out. You know, tried every single thing. We tried couples counseling, went to the other preachers, like we tried it all. And sometimes, you know, it just don't happen. And like I said, it was real hard for me. That was like real hard. I took it as a failure. So that also kind of made me feel terrible. And I feel like, you know what, I got divorced. God doesn't like divorce. So it really just really messed with me for years. Like I just felt like, you know, I disappointed God. And I disappointed myself. I disappointed my children. Now they're from a broken home. That's something I never wanted because that's what I came from. And my mission was to give them what I didn't have. And that was the main thing. I felt like I was going to give them a home, a father, and a preacher. But, you know, it was a preacher. So you can beat that. So that was a lot.
So what is your advice to women? We have divorced women that think like you at that time, think they failed, or because it didn't work out, that makes them less of a woman, or, you know, some things they just don't work out, right? That's just like anything else in your life. We feel like a failure, but I don't want to really use that word because I think in everything there is a lesson. There is a lesson in everything. And I'm glad that you can see that, especially now from that you're not in that place anymore. But what is your advice? Because I know there are a lot of women who just be like, well, how did this happen? Or why did this happen? And I ended up divorced and I was blasé. Like I've heard a lot of, you know, different stories. So what is your advice for that divorced woman that may be watching that feels like, oh, it's over. I'm never going to get this chance again. Or they feel like what you said, like a failure.
My advice would be, you know, just remember that when you signed up for that marriage and you signed that marriage license, you intended that to be forever. So your goal originally was to be forever. So you knew you were going to make an effort for it to be forever. But at the end of the day, you know, we got to realize we're two different people. You know, we all make our own decisions. Our spouse made a decision. We made a decision. We fought. We thought this was going to be forever. So never look at yourself as a failure because the way you went into it, you thought it was going to be forever. And then things happen, life happens. And then also, I mean, the reason we got divorced, you know, sometimes it benefits the kids. The kids shouldn't grow up in a home where parents are fighting, bickering, or stuff like that. Like that gives more damage to the kids than to us. And I think it's selfless of us to remove ourselves knowing that, you know, we feel a certain way for the betterment of our children or the betterment of the family. So if mom and dad don't get along, And the best option, the only option right now is divorce. We just have to think about our children at the end of the day. We are not a failure to them. They're never going to see us like that. We haven't let them down. What they're going to see is, okay, mom and dad separated. They're both better people. Now we get more love. Mom and dad are fixated on fighting and arguing with each other. So that's how I try to look at it. But I know the feeling. I know the feeling of failure. Like, you know, what did I do wrong? Just know you did nothing wrong. Because when you go into marriage, you're not thinking about divorce. That's not even an option.
No,
you're thinking of forever, lifetime. So the fact that you made that commitment, that should show you who you are inside. That you are will follow through on commitment. And don't let just because it didn't work out, don't let it deter you. Don't give up.
That's right.
Those little kids are watching now. Don't give up. Mommy got divorced. Mama got
to go on.
And mama lived a life, and daddy, they don't know all. So we just gotta remember that at the end of the day, the kids. Just say about your kids, they seeing. I've been talking a lot, y'all. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
No,
it's fine.
Nice conversation. This is good. This is so good.
It's definitely.
So what's next for you? I know that you have put out this book, and I'm sure that there are other things that you have put your hands to in your life, but what is next for you?
Next? I'm still terrified and shocked by this book. So I'm still trying to get past the fact that I really put a book out here. So, but what's next for me? I mean, I really just want to get my message out. Like, I really genuinely want to help people in the Black community. Like, I really want to help, just make it okay to talk about depression, self-esteem. Like, I really want to make that okay. But I also want to be able to, because, I have a degree in social and behavior sciences. So I'm really big on, like, I want to help people. Like, you know what? When your boyfriend doesn't answer the phone and you're blowing them up, that's because you have abandonment issues. Like, I really want them to understand that. It's not because you're not a bad person. You're not crazy. It's because you have something deep inside that you haven't addressed, because we don't talk about that in our community. And that's something that goes back to slavery. We're taught from the beginning, keep your feelings to yourself, hide your emotions, don't show anything. You can't do that. You got to be strong. So I just really want to get it out there that, it's okay. We have feelings. We are humans. We have feelings, and not everything makes us crazy, because a lot of times we're seen as the angry Black woman or crazy Black people, when deep down inside, it's just those feelings and emotions that we can't vocalize or we don't understand or not familiar with to even address them. So it comes out as anger and all this other stuff. So somehow, I don't know, God don't get me there, but all I know is I really want to help people in the community just be able to express themselves.
Absolutely. And I see you doing it too.
Yeah, I can see her speaking.
You gotta go. You have to go forth, and your voice needs to be heard to be able to help the people that you were called to. I always feel like whatever we've gone through, God has called us to that thing. He has called us to it. If it's divorce, if it's depression, if it's mental attacks, if it's anything that you can think of that you may have gone through in your life, God has called you to that thing, for one, because he's got you through it. So when I say testimony, I mean, go scream in your testimony, because that lets people know that God is still in the business of doing this thing over and over and over and over and over. And you are going to change some lives with this testimony. Come on now. When I heard Preacher's Wife, I thought about that movie with Whitney Houston that she played in, but this thing ain't got nothing. Y'all better hear what I'm saying. This thing ain't got nothing on your story. That was part of just the bits and bulk.
It get deeper and
that thing, right?
Don't cry. It's called Tale of Tears for a reason.
I'm trying to tell you, that's a whole play, monologue, everything. You got to get with the crew and go ahead and do your monologue, baby. I'm telling you, you gotta get with Tears the Purpose and go on and do your monologue, because I'm telling you, that thing will bless somebody.
Amen.
It's going to bless somebody. Look, opportunity presents itself. When it's knocking, you ready to open the door. It's on the table for you. It's on the table, because I already know that your story is going to bless so many people. You might got to do a part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. I don't know.
I'm gonna keep on going.
You gonna have to do some parts. It's okay, but it's gonna get done. But yes, we are rooting for you over here. We are rooting for you, and I can't wait to see how you begin to flourish even more, you know. And it's just a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing to see somebody come out of something when people probably put their mouth on you and said, I don't know how she gonna get out of this. I don't know how she gonna still be a mother to these children when she dealing with this and she dealing with that. And God said, watch me work in her life. Watch me be evidence.
Amen. Yes.
Watch me be evidence that I am the one in control of her life. She belongs to me. Right, you know.
Amen.
Amen. You gotta keep going. So
y'all read that book. Y'all be like, oh, she gave us the little light version.
Yes, I'm telling you, that thing can be a whole. I keep telling. Let me pause for a second and say this. All of y'all authors that are out here, I want y'all to hear me good with y'all good ear. Are y'all listening? I need y'all to hear this thing. There are people that are waiting for y'all to make these things visual. Y'all better hear me. There are people out here that are waiting for y'all to be visual. Bring this thing to the stage somewhere. Okay? Bring it there, because not everybody's going to pick up a book and read it. Can we be 100% honest?
That's true.
Everybody's not. That's right. I was a more visual child. I would read, but I love to see all kinds of movement and things. You got my attention when you're moving now. We moving and shaking something. If I got to sit here and read all these big books, I don't know. You might have to lose me. Okay? Right. But I'm telling y'all, all of y'all authors trying to figure out the next step. I remember when the Lord literally stopped me in my basement and said, you need to come forth and help these authors make things visual. Because y'all leaving out the visual ones that need to see with their eyes. They need to experience the reenacting of y'all stories. Y'all not hearing me? You need to reenact your story in a different way. Some of y'all authors are still moving in the same way y'all moved 2 seasons ago, and God is saying, no, you wondering why your book's still not selling. Oh, I'm hoping somebody might be stepping on somebody's toes, but it's okay because you're gonna get the truth today. Listen. Y'all wondering why things ain't selling, and you're wondering why. Oh, well, what's the next step? The next step, make it visual. Yeah. If you don't know how to do it, get with somebody that do. Amen. Make it a monologue, make it a skit, anything that's going to help these people get healed and set free through visual content. Y'all keep forgetting everybody don't read.
It's true.
Don't y'all stop these people from being delivered and being saved and being set free. True. And y'all know y'all got stories under y'all belt, but every time y'all turn around, oh, I'm just going to put it in a book. I'm going to need you to put this thing on this stage. All right? Hello? I'm just saying.
Amen. Don't
shoot the messenger now. Don't shoot it.
I told you God was going to tell me what's next.
Hey, this is for somebody. Y'all better catch this thing. Y'all tag every author you know. Say, say, get it to the stage.
Yes.
Amen. You can still sell your books. Hello. That's going to make them go buy it even more once they catch that visual. Come on now. God says new strategy. I'm giving y'all this right now on live. Authors, pull it together. Make it visual. It can be done. Don't shoot the messenger. But I ain't worried about you shooting no way because I got in my spiritual bulletproof vest. You know, I know this. I'm 2 up, 1 down for the Lord. We ain't playing with them. You don't want that work. Trust me. But listen to what I'm saying. Authors, come on. Step it up. Step it up, authors. Step it up. Step it up.
Yes.
Get it to the stage. Let's monologue this thing. Let's go.
Yes. See, look, you asked me my next step. I was like, I was playing around with the idea of maybe I could somehow do like a little, 5-minute preview or something, like act it out. But I ain't thought about it. But here you come.
Come on now. Listen, I'm coming with answer in my mouth. For some of y'all that's wondering, what's the next step? Here's the next step right here.
Yes.
I'm just saying. Listen, y'all gotta make it do what it do. If you want to see change, if you want to see things come, and you want to touch some borders, you got to make it do what it do in a new thing. All authors, they do the same thing. And this is no front. I'm an author myself, but we gotta do something different. Do something different. Step out there.
There it
Your
is.
story is more than just a read. Hello. It's more than just a read.
Yep.
It's so much more than just a read. So anyways, Miss Elena, go ahead and tell the people how they can connect with you and find you.
Y'all can find me on Instagram. It's Elena_J, and that's on Instagram. And you can find me at Elena Savage. I have a page right now for my book, so you can find me Elena Savage on Facebook, and you can send me a friend request to my page, or you can just follow my book page. It don't matter. I'm friendly. I love everybody. So that's how y'all can find me.
Yep, you'll be amazed.
On my TikTok as well. Look, I relate to the youngins. I'm on TikTok at Elena J. That's it on TikTok. So y'all can find me on there too, making TikTok videos, promote my book, whatever I do.
We love it. So real quick, Elena, what's 2 tips that you want to give to all of your writers, that upcoming writers? What is 2 tips that you've learned that you want to share with the audience right now?
Do it now. Don't wait. Don't plan it. Don't say I'm going to do it 3 months from now. Do it now is my first tip.
All right.
And then 2, just be you. Because when I was writing my book, I wanted to switch stuff up. Nah, I don't do none of that. Keep it organic and be you. So that'll be my 2 things. Start now. That's what I'm saying.
Y'all heard her. She said start now. What y'all waiting on?
Yeah.
Christmas?
Be you.
No, we in halftime right now. We in half of the year, right? Y'all better get started. What you waiting on?
Right. Exactly. Ain't no perfect time.
Yes, it's not. Absolutely. There will never be a perfect time. You're just going to have to do it.
Exactly.
She's absolutely correct. Miss Elena, we have enjoyed you.
Same here.
My kind of girl. She rides with all the hypeness and all that. I'm with it. I love it. Y'all make sure that y'all go and get her book. And y'all stay tuned. I'm saying this. I'm prophesying this out of my mouth that her story will be on the stage. Y'all better hear what I'm saying. I'm telling y'all. She is coming to an auditorium, a church sanctuary, somebody's theater near you. Y'all better remember that name, Elena Savage. The Lord is going to make her a savage in the spirit. Y'all better hear what I say. Hear what I say today.
Yes. Okay. Thank you so much.
So listen, you guys, if you want to be a blessing to Tears to Purpose, we are getting ready to celebrate 4 years of ministry, y'all. Listen, it ain't been easy because I just wanted to say, God, I'm packing my suitcase up and I'm out of here. I wanted to say it so bad, but the Lord won't let me give up on this thing that He has called me to. And so I am here to encourage you guys. Listen, stay the course. Amen. So if you want to be a blessing to Tears to Purpose, you can simply go to the Cash App, $, Tears to Purpose, all capital letters, or go to Givelify, and you are able to give on there as well by simply looking up Tears to Purpose Monologue Ministries. If you are under the sound of my voice and you're saying, Elder, I'm ready to tell my story, listen, this is what Tears to Purpose was founded on. We were founded on helping people to bring their stories to the stage, virtual stage, in-person stage, whatever you want to do. God has graced us to be able to do this thing. So we want to be able to help you. So please email me at sv2dance@gmail.com and let me know if you are ready to tell your story. Our theme this year is Your Story, God's Glory, the Cinderella theme. Listen, it's triple dope because we all know Cinderella had a story all by herself. So we are going to continue with that. And if you want to be a part of the show, you can also email me there as well. So if you guys want to partner in any kind of way and you're saying that this ministry has blessed you, even with the talk show, you guys can sow into, this is going into good grounds. We're going to continue to do what God has called this ministry to do. Also, join us on Sunday nights on Zoom at 7 p.m. for prayer and worship. We calling everybody. You ain't got to be in our city. We got folk all over the place. Be joining, okay? And it be lit in there, in that little Zoom room, okay? So listen, yes. So we are ecstatic about what God is doing, and we are continuing to move on. And shout out to Okima Grant, one of the disciples of Tears the Purpose. Her B-Day is tomorrow. You know I was gonna blast you. So her B-Day is tomorrow. So you guys make sure that you send your birthday shout outs to Miss Okima Grant. She is a faithful servant in Tears the Purpose. We love her to pieces. So you guys make sure that you keep her in prayer. And yeah, we're gonna go like that. So Miss Elena, you have any last words before we get on off the air?
I thank y'all for believing me and having me on here. Like, I'm excited. Thank y'all. That's my last words. And thank all of y'all for tuning in, for watching, wanting to hear my story. I appreciate y'all as well.
Yes, ma'am. Miss Hubbard, you have any last words?
Yes.
Can't hear you.
All right. So it's about that time, y'all. We about to get up off the air. So you guys make sure you join us on next Wednesday, same time.
Yeah.
6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will be back next week with another great show for you. And you guys have a great night. Bye. Entrepreneurs, experts, Christian relationship experts, that is, people in ministry that have a phenomenal story, all kinds of business owners, from restaurants to beauty to financial side. We are looking for it all.